What's good? We back at it. We had to do another video, you know what I mean? Try to get through this video as soon as possible, you know what I mean? But look, check this out. So we got the sign of Mars coming through Aquarius, right? And we want to talk about what this means. First off, though, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys because you don't have to do that, so it means a lot to me. Thank you. Now, we got Mars coming into the sign of Aquarius, and what does this mean, right? Mars, we know, as I stated before, is known as the god of war in Roman mythology, you know, but it's a few things that Mars also is going to represent. Mars is going to show how you act. You want to compare this with the Ascendant sign. The reason being is because when we think of the Ascendant is kind of like the first house cusp. And when we think of the Ascendant is kind of like the mask that we wear when people first meet us. So when we think of a mask, it deals with acting, right? And the key word in acting is act, right? So this is why you want to compare that with your Ascendant sign in terms of the sign that's on the cusp and any planets that are in that first house. Compare that with the Mars coming through Aquarius. Now, Mars is also going to show our desires and kind of like where and kind of like how we direct our energy. It's also going to deal with our anger and aggression in terms of how we express that, how we deal with this manner. And sexual expression or sexuality and intimacy, it can show that too. But you want to compare this with your 8th house. 8th house corresponds with Scorpio. Scorpio is the sign of sex, right? So compare that to any planets that are in that 8th house, as well as the sign ups in that cusp, as this can tell different sides of how we are, like in the bed and stuff. Ideal boyfriend archetype is going to show in a woman's chart, right? And last but not least, Mars is known as the god of war. So this is why it's going to show where you have conflict by house and sign. Let's talk about how you act. Aquarius is a very progressive type of sign. You're very much futuristic. It represents the new and futuristic type of energy, very much about it's very forward thinking basically. So this would be the manner you direct your energy. But it is at the same time a very unconventional sign, right? Very unconventional, very unique, very different type of energy. So this would be kind of the manner that you act in, right? It's known as, if we want to talk about desires, it's known as the sign of the humanitarian, right? So you guys may desire to do that or actually be into like philanthropy, progress, humanity. This would be the type of energy in terms of your desires and even in just the manner that you act and direct your energies. Anger and aggression, right? So when we think of Aquarius, it's ruled by Saturn and Uranus. Saturn is the traditional ruler. Uranus is the more modern type of rulership. With that being stated, Aquarius is known as the water bearer. And the reason being is because you guys, or people with Aquarius placements, right, have the ability to contain the water element. And what does the water element represent? It represents emotion. So even when it comes to dealing with anger and aggression, you guys can be a bit more detached, basically, you know how to detach from anger, you know, as well as this is an air sign. Now water signs, of course, you know, hold on to anger, you know what I mean, in different manners, you know what I mean, they deal with anger differently, but this is air. Sexual expression. Aquarius is also, and I have to state my disclaimer because we're not here to, you know, point the finger or accuse people, whatever. We're not here to, but I'm just giving you the examples of how the energy may manifest, right? When we talk about sexual expression or sexuality, intimacy, how you are in the bedroom, Aquarius is known as the sign that kind of represents like homosexuality, as it's ruled by Uranus, and Uranus is one of the 2 androgynous planets along with Mercury. Some people with this placement will basically be more open in their relationships. They could be more into open relationships, unconventional relationships, homosexuality, things that are shunned by in terms of society. But of course society is changing as we are in the age of Aquarius, or on the brink of that, basically. So this is where the world is going towards. That's why you see homosexuality becoming more prevalent on a grand scale. But Mars and Aquarius also need freedom, basically. Aquarius is a sign that likes freedom and doesn't necessarily want to be held down, or just multiple partners. Some people will be even bisexual with this placement, maybe even into poly. It could play out a lot of ways, you know what I mean? But you need something that's different, a different type of relationship, and even in bed, you know. This can show that, you know. Ideal boyfriend archetype. This could be people, again, who are also into philanthropy, as you may be into that humanitarianistic type of causes. People are very progressive, genius, very much ahead of their time, as this is what the energy of Aquarius deals with. Very unique and different, and that go against the grain, as Aquarius is also a rebellious type of energy. You can act in this manner too, which I didn't state earlier, and also this could be people that you're drawn to. People that are just different from societal norms. Now, where you have conflict, Aquarius is also known as the constellation or sign that represents friendships, groups of people, right? Humanity. So it can show that you have conflict with friends. You may find that you move more independently when it comes to friends because of Mars, which is the god of war, coming through this sign, basically. At the same time, the world does need, you guys to basically progress things, you know what I mean? And bring forth these ideas that aren't necessarily accepted yet by humanity on a grand scale. But you may find again that relying on people is not always the easiest case, and you might have to again move more solo because it's that energy. Mars was over Aries. These are kind of like independent type of energy, so this is why you may feel that way in friendships and groups of people, basically, right? But y'all are ahead of y'all time. Just wanted to state that. In terms of ideal boyfriend archetype, I'm gonna jump back up. One thing I meant to say is that I've been telling everybody is that what I'm going to do is leave another video either up here in the corner or up in this corner, wherever it's at, and also in the description with keywords for each zodiac sign. So what you do is I want you to look into the house that Mars is in, basically, and that house is going to correspond with the zodiac sign. If it's in the first house, this would be Aries. Second is Taurus. Third is Gemini. Fourth is Cancer. Fifth would be Leo. Sixth is Virgo. Seventh is Libra. 8th is Scorpio, 9th is Sagittarius, 10th is Capricorn, 11th is double down on that Aquarius energy as it's Aquarius house, and Pisces will be 12. So you also want to compare the keywords for Aquarius and basically whatever house that it's in, right? And you can go to that video basically to know keywords for the ideal boyfriend archetype, right? So I'm gonna leave it there. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. This was your boy Sid. You know what I mean? And stay tuned. We got more videos coming soon. Alright, y'all. Peace.